Okay, hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm currently down at one of my plots today from a very windy Weymouth, but I just thought I'd show you what I'm up to today. It's not the greatest of weather. I'm not sure what the sound quality is going to be like because, as I say, it is quite windy, but we'll see how we go. I've got one of my little helpers down here with me today. This is Robin, and usually she likes to remind me that it's nearly time to go home, so I shall just show you what we've got down here. So this is my plot. I've got an ongoing shed project at the moment, which I started at the beginning of this year. It's nearly there. I've just got a bit of cladding to buy and get for the top, but unfortunately I made the classic schoolboy error. When I ordered the cladding for it, I didn't order quite enough to get right to the top. I thought I'd over ordered, but obviously not. But still got some corner pieces to go on, some guttering and whatnot, but that'll be something to do on a better day than this. Right now I'm currently down here. I'm going to be digging up some Jerusalem artichokes. They were down the bottom, and they were absolutely massive, taller than me in fact. What I've done now, it's got to that time of the year, everything's dying back and sort of died back, so what I've done is I've chopped them right down. So this is our Jerusalem artichoke patch. It's a very makeshift raised bed. It's actually an old shed that I got free off someone on Facebook, but as you can see the wood's not really up to it. So at some point, once I've got all the artichokes out, I'll probably be tearing this whole thing down and finding somewhere else to put it, and repositioning everything and putting some slightly thicker wood together to make a nice new raised bed for it. The reason I've got Jerusalem artichokes growing in a raised bed is because they have a bit of a reputation for spreading. So if you don't want your Jerusalem artichokes taking over absolutely everything, so they're a member of the sunflower family. They're not actually an artichoke, but basically they came across from America, and if they get out into places they're not supposed to be, they do have a tendency to sort of spread wherever they like. So best to keep them contained in planters and raised beds and that sort of thing. So for the sake of not causing myself a headache, they're all currently in here at the moment. I'll show you in a bit what we're actually going to be digging up and what you're sort of looking for anyway. But, anyway, this is my plot. Currently got raspberries. Made the mistake of putting them all a bit too close together, but obviously that's something that you can sort out later on. I've found that they do have a habit of spreading as well. They're a bit like a bramble, and as soon as they're established they like to send out runners, and as you can see I've got one popped up out the path there. So they're a little bit of fun to keep under control, but what I think I might do next year is give them a bit more space, spread it out a little bit more. And as we can see here, it's been raining quite well. This actually is an area that I've not done much with. Since I took this plot on, I've treated the soil with agricultural gypsum and dug a little bit of compost into it, but obviously not that much that it's made much of a difference to the drainage currently. I'll show you in comparison though. This is an area that has been treated and well manured, and as you can see there's not so much of an issue with standing water. We really don't want to see things like that, but obviously that all comes down to your soil structure, which I'll probably do another video about at some point. But anyway, we shall get on with digging up these artichokes and see how things go.
I'm doing it.
Right, I've got an apprentice camera person in training at the moment, so you'll have to give her a due. She's only 7, so if it gets a bit shaky or a little out of focus, it won't be too hard on her. So So anyway, Robin's our trainee camera person at the minute. If you want to come over here, and I'll just show you exactly what we're dealing with here. So if you like to just see here, Robin, yeah, this is what's left of where our Jerusalem artichokes were. Now I'm just using a basic selection of tools, whatever's best fitting really. I'm going to start basically by sort of dragging up the soil a bit, because they're actually quite shallow in the ground, and you'll start to find things like that. It's a little tiny one. Now we're going to save that for next year, and that can go back in. What we really want is to see some nice big ones coming out. So once I've sort of loosened up the soil, there's more little ones. I've never grown these before, so this could be interesting. It might be a case of everything that I pull out has to go back in and stay in the ground for yet another year, but I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I'm going to get some nice big ones, so we'll see. But here we go. Now the topsoil I bought and put into this bed is actually quite sandy, which was nice because in the summertime it was quite dry, which from what I've been told, artichokes like to have drier growing conditions, so, or rather well drained growing conditions. But anyway, we just dig down a little bit deeper and pulling out loads of little noduly ones. This is what I say about Jerusalem artichokes spreading like wildfire. Each plant sends out literally tens of these, and of course if you can't find them where you planted them, what you'll end up with is loads and loads and loads, and they just keep coming back and coming back and coming back year after year. So there we are, there's a whole load more. Oh, that's a little bit of a better sized one. So I think the bigger ones are going to be deeper by the end of it. So let's see how we get on. You can see how deep the roots go. They're quite far down, and obviously with this, where the soil's so sandy, I've probably forced the plants to send the roots deeper anyway, because obviously the topsoil was quite dry. So, right, I'm not going to even attempt to try and lift that up at the moment, because that's going to be a very heavy thing to try and lift. So, right, what I'll do is I'll just get Robin to knock off the camera for now anyway. We're going to get digging, and hopefully by the time I've got through this bed, you'll see we've got quite a lot of decent sized artichokes this year, and they're a little bit like a potato when you cook them. You can treat them like potatoes, you can steam them, you can mash them, you can boil them, you can fry them, I expect, as well. No doubt someone out there's tried that, but there we go. If I just get Robin to turn the camera off now anyway, and we'll get back to you. Well, as you can see, the rootstock is quite sort of clustered, and you have to be a little bit careful because some of these tubers aren't in the best of condition. They won't store, so only pick out the ones that are alright, and the rest of them you can leave them in the actual compost. Oh sorry, not in the compost. Don't ever put Jerusalem artichoke roots or anything in the compost. You will end up with Jerusalem artichokes popping up everywhere. Best thing to do with this old rootstock is to reuse it in the same bed, because then if there are any small tubers in amongst the roots that you've missed, it's not going to cause you any problems, because you'll still have them growing where you want them growing. So this is what I mean about some of these aren't in the best of conditions. I mean, that's quite rotten. It's no good, you can't use that, so chuck that. So there we go anyway. Hi guys, so right, we're home now. and we have got a big pile of artichokes to show you. I'll just say this is just 3 plants that I dug up, so I shall show you what our sort of rewards were for the effort. So, nice big sink full, and obviously they're reasonable size. All you do is scrub the skin off the outside, and you can do whatever you like. I say you can eat them raw, you can eat them steamed, baked, mashed. You could use them just a bit like the potatoes. So yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, this one here, she's desperate to try one already. But later, we'll have them for tea tonight, I think.
Well, I want to try one now.
You want to try a raw one? Alright, well I'll peel one for you in a minute once I've cleaned this lot off. And yeah, there we go. Not bad effort. I'll say it's just one of those plants that just keeps giving and giving every year. So well worth having on your allotment plot. Just got to remember, keep it under control. You shouldn't have any problems. And so that's it from me for now. And from Little 'un. And we shall see you next time. Anyway, take care.
Bye.
Bye.